Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to take a look at Blackfathom Deeps on a Beast week, and specifically this Murk-Eye Army that I used for clearing a level 24 dungeon. First, let's take a quick look at the dungeon mechanics. The first boss, Grglmrgl, there's basically two strategies that you can use for Grglmrgl. Either you spam it with unbounce, and it is fairly simple to take down with unbounce, or you go into a longer battle of attrition, try to take maybe both towers, at least this tower, and try to get your troops through here. But there's this choke point here which makes it a little awkward, and then there's going to be a lot of free Murlocs, because there will be Murlocs here, there will be Murlocs here, so they're all going to shoot down at your troops, so you have to have some way to handle them. And then these Murlocs here are going to run to this platform, and then the southernmost of them is actually going to be able to shoot at your base from there. So they need something like a safe pilot or Wellpex or something to be able to handle those. So over time I have grown more and more used to using the unbound strategy for Grglmrgl, and even if you need a couple of tries to get it done, then it's the first boss, it's pretty quick to restart, so overall that just seems to spend less time than any other strategy on this boss. The second boss, Baron Aquanis, is known for many gargoyles and also free Dark Eye miners that will spawn whenever there's enough gold to be mined on the veins. So for this one, the gargoyles are definitely a problem. Once you're lower level, then gargoyles can really easily kill your base. Early on lower difficulty levels, you can just attack here, take this tower and move through here and kill the boss. But on higher difficulty levels, you typically also need to take this tower. There's also a third tower there, but I never take that, I just ignore that one. You typically need both of these two towers so that your base will not succumb to gargoyle attacks, because otherwise gargoyles are just going to be attacking you too much. However, once I started putting Chimera into my army, I have noticed that sometimes I am able to just repel the initial attack and have enough troops go over here that I can actually take down the boss. It doesn't happen very often, but it has happened a few times. It's not something that I actively pursue, but if I see an opportunity, I'm more like opportunistic about that. If I see that, okay, the first attack is coming hard from here, and I'm able to fight back, and I'm able to destroy it, and I have good forces left, then I try to make the push. But otherwise, I just try to take the towers first and then work on the boss. And the third boss, Aquanis, is a three-headed Hydra, one head over here and over there, the third one over here. And once you have killed all the three heads once, then this waterfall is going to go away and all three heads will spawn over there and you have to fight against them again. Other than that, Aquanis is really going to swarm you with stuff. As you can see, there's already a bunch of stuff here ready to swarm me. And you really need a way to handle swarms with some AoE minis in this one. And also it's super important to kill this head and take this tower right at the start, because there's not a lot of gold in this map. There's a vein over here and another vein over there, so not very accessible, and chest is over there. So securing this area means that one head is down and you have secured this gold vein, and then you're in a good position to defend this and attack from here and also get some attacks going over there. And that's pretty much what happens at Aquanis. This is my arm for Murk-Eye. I'm using Chimera, Quillboar, Earth Elemental, Whelp Eggs, Skeleton Body, and Pyromancer. So this one goes with the unbound strategy on the first boss. I have Earth Elemental as a tank. I also have Quillboar as a tank here. Usually I can also do it with just one tank as long as I have at least two DPS unbounds. In this case, the DPS unbounds are the Skeleton Body and the Whelp Eggs. I think Skeleton Body is probably the best DPS unbound for this specific map. And then there's the second map, and for the second map, well, Pyromancer really shines because there's gargoyles plus other stuff, so Pyromancer just drops them all out of the sky. Chimera can also do some kind of defensive things, and also Skeleton Body, so I have a few things that can shoot down gargoyles. And then I have some unbounds also that can help me grab some towers possibly. And then for the last map, AoE damage, well, I have Pyromancer, I have Chimera, and I have Whelpex that I can also use as a bomb. And I have a couple of tanks that are unbounds. I can use them whenever. One of them is armored, one of them is resistant, so I can also look at them into right enemies. And yeah, overall pretty fun and sweet army for this one. And this is what it all looks like in action. Alright, Old Murk-Eye, Blackfathom Deeps, Grglmrgl, Unbound strategy. Playing the Elemental, I do like that placement a lot. That placement usually optimizes my chance of success. Often the Ogre Mage is spawned on the right side, like here, it happens to spawn on the right side, and then it leaves the Skeleton Body alone. Skeleton Body gets some DPS time. This time there was also a Prowler, so this actually wasn't the ideal start in the sense of the enemy spawns, even though I had great tools at my disposal. A lot of ogre mages, a lot of prowlers coming in, but as an upside, they are not at my base. So okay, now they're starting to travel towards my base. I have limited time available. Those double prowlers are going to drop the base really quickly, unless I can drop Grglmrgl first. But Skeleton Party is doing a great job over there. And Grglmrgl goes down. Next up, Baron Aquanis and the gargoyles, and the first gargoyle is already coming as usual. But we have the Pyromancer. Pyromancer is splendid against that gargoyle. I'm dropping the Earth Elemental out there so that the Griffin Rider will turn around and will not have a chance to shoot at my Pyromancer. And now actually, now that the second gargoyle also comes from this base, often the second gargoyle comes from the left, so then you need something to defend there. Now the second gargoyle also came from here. That means that I might have an opening here. Right now I'm thinking, okay, is this something that I want to support? Am I actually going to try to do this? Maybe, because I have Chimera, I have Pyromancer, I have a lot of good stuff going over there. And strong push, I have a Pyromancer to defend. One of the Earth Elemental shards got stolen, no big deal. Now there are some fights going on, but Chimera survived that. Chimera, Pyromancer, and I can still support them just in time. I had just enough stuff there so that Baron was otherwise occupied, and that allowed Chimera and Pyromancer, which are my two highest DPS minis in this army. They are just smashing. They are dealing so much damage, and look at that Chimera dropping a pair of Griffin Riders there. And Pyromancer, again, we get just in time with the Earth Elemental, because I had Quillbore and Earth Elemental. That also sort of made this kind of rapid attack possible. It's not often possible, often you need to take both towers, but this time it all worked like a charm. And then the Hydra Aquanis, and oh my, I happen to have Murk-Eye in my opening hand, so let's fight Swarm with Swarm. You thought you could have a lot of stuff? I can have a lot of stuff too. I also have the strange dust here, so even more stuff. So stuff and then more stuff. And, well, for once we make good use of our leader, Murk-Eye. I choose you. Alright, facing half a dozen raptors. Yeah, that's always a challenge. Or is it? Well, when it's Murk-Eye, nothing is a challenge. Murk-Eye just blasts through. Alright. I even wasted those well bags. They were never in any danger after all. Be that as it may, let's see, I'm thinking maybe I can save for another Murk-Eye rush here. And I believe I can, and let's go. Murk-Eye, Chimera. If I can just get a Quillbore to tank that, yes. That is the poison head, so resistant tank is awesome there. And oh boy, 2 heads are already down, the 3rd head just went down. Alright. That's got to be some kind of a record. Also, Pyromancer is excellent at defending this tower. Enemies are going under the bridge. Pyromancer behind the tower, just there's such a choke point there. Pyromancer can do a whole lot. And then I'm getting ready to bring the fight to the final Hydra heads. Maybe I should have spotted Chimera. Chimera unfortunately was killed by the single harp, so I guess I made some mistakes there. But be that as it may, we're sending out troops again. Murk-Eye, Murlocs. Murloc Swarm is coming. Chimera is here. Then the swarm meets swarm. But my swarm has the high ground. They're just slaughtering the enemies who are under the bridge. And yeah, this is looking really sweet. Now we get some attack going in. Alright, so far so good. Checking if there's anything to mine. There isn't really. But I have enough defenses. All I need to do is attack, and look at that Chimera again, just doing a spectacular work there. Wonderful, wonderful job, Chimera. Alright, let's get an Earth Elemental out there. Whoa, it takes a bit of a beating. Nothing too much. We can add more troops, more Murlocs. Whelp eggs, the whole deal. Alright. And only one head remains. We push in. Push in also with skeleton party. Okay, Strain Dust gave me pretty good rolls in this one too, but Murlocs were just overwhelming. And that's Blackfathom Deeps with Old Murk-Eye. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.